Welcome back. In this demonstration, we are going to put in the eyes, the eyebrows, the nose, and the mouth for our manga portrait practicing. All right, remember we are talking about proportion, which is how one thing relates to another, which could be size, place, shape, and or space. So this is what we're going for at the end of our session, and this is where we left off. You can see that our eyes are placed here on the space between the line 3 and 4. Our eyebrows are placed on line 2, and our nose sits right on the edge of the circle, and our mouth is down here halfway between the end of the circle and our chin. So to get started, I'll just leave that there for a second so you can look at it. Good. Now to get started, you're going to take this space here between line 3 and 4, and you're going to want to kind of measure from about here to here and divide that evenly into 3 spaces. Okay, now mine is approximately 13 centimeters. All right, so if I take 13 centimeters, I'm just going to write it on the side, you don't have to, 13 centimeters and divide that, it's approximately 4.5, because 4 divided by 4 times 3 is going to be 12, and then if we take a little bit more, it's maybe 4.25, 4 and a little bit more. So we want to divide it in about into thirds. So if I count 4.25 this way and I count back from 13, 1, 2, 3, 4.25, I've now got kind of one space here, which is about 4.25 or so centimeters, a space here that's 4.25, and a space here that's 4.25. Okay, so you want to divide that space into thirds so that your eye fills this space, and there's about the space of an eye in between. Now that you've got that, and that's really the proportions that make a portrait work or not. If your eyes are too small, too big, it just looks goofy. So now getting started with that, you're going to take a line from here over to here. You're going to curve up gently and curve back down to meet the edge here. Now once you get to the edge of this circle, you're going to take a kind of diagonal curved line down like that. And this, if you look at yourself in the mirror, is that outside edge corner of your eye. Now this curve is a little less than a human eye would be, but that's how the manga portraits usually work. Then you're going to take from this bottom edge of this line up to here. You're going to leave yourself just a little bit there, and you're going to curve again another line this way. Then from just a little bit inside of the circle, you're going to curve again a gentle curve like that. Now, if you're thinking about a circular eyeball, the eyeball actually goes up there and down there to make a circle. Okay, but we are not seeing those pieces because they're obviously under the eyelids. All right, so there's our first eye. Now making our second eye, it should fit in this space and be approximately the same. The curves of the lines should be approximately the same. So I'm going to start here, I'm going to curve up, curve down, and then put this angle in so that it almost follows that circle. Then I'm going to put a curved line down here, trying to think about this space in between the edges there. Curving a line to be similar here, starting at the outside edge and curving a line up to be similar. So it looks something like that when you're done. Now the bottom of this anime manga eye usually curves just like this and passes just outside of the curve for the eyeball, something like that. Okay, now the eyebrows start here just on the line number 2 above here and goes from about the place where the eyeball here ends to a little bit past where the eyeball ends on this side. So you want to curve it right up like that and down there. And the same on the other side, curving up, curving down. Okay, something like that. And then for our nose, the anime nose is very understated, and it's usually just a little triangular shape, kind of like this, and then down like this. And it's usually quite small, and most of the depth is given by a little shadow that's going to be right there. Then our mouth is going to be halfway between this circle and the chin. So if we measure that again, I believe it was 4 centimeters approximately. Okay, there's 4 centimeters, and it's gonna then fall on the 2 centimeter line. So you want it to be here. Usually the mouth is going to be as wide as the inside of the eyeballs. So it's gonna be about from there to about there. And you could make it smaller depending on what the emotion of the character is. Now, that concludes the setting in of the proportions with where the eyes and the nose and mouth should be.